popular from playing these games?
I don't know how he became popular. I just know that he's popular. I don't know what his deal is.
All
And
right, let me read a story here.
whatever he
Welcome to
does, I'm
Freak.
not interested. But it's whatever he does is.
Well, we might be able to learn from him though,
Well,
because I
he's
don't feel
young.
like I'm maximizing my potential here.
Well, he's young. He's got like the
I need
look,
some
style.
advice,
Maybe.
some solicited advice. What's
I
up,
think.
Freak?
Guys.
Yeah. What's up, freak?
Oh well. First, wanted to comment on the title. I'm learning, and I think I've finally learned now at 50 that the best advice is no advice, because you could literally have someone who's completely broken down on their luck, homeless, worthless, useless, all the things, and even they won't take any advice or any type of leadership whatsoever. And so don't even bother. Don't even bother telling anybody anything, because it's not going to matter. They're not going to do it anyway.
But is that the point of advice? Do they have to do it, or is just offering it enough? At least you've offered it. StreamYard kicked you. Oh, well, we're still going to try to crack this money making scheme, so stick around if you can. Um,
I wouldn't even offer anymore at this point unless someone asks. I mean, I'll probably still troll around in the YouTube chat, but
you do you feel like that compromises your free speech?
no, I
I
just
don't
feel like
care if people give
people,
me advice. I don't have to take it or listen to it. It doesn't hurt them to say it.
yeah, I mean, maybe for a reasonable a person,
But
yeah.
I also don't think of myself as useless, worthless, all that other stuff you
No,
said either.
no, and you're reasonable. Actually, I've taken your advice to heart actually more than
Ooh,
once. So,
yikes.
first of all, the person has to have an open heart and an open mind. And if they're not asking you for it specifically, for me anyway, it's just not worth wasting the oxygen or the keystrokes.
Well, it's definitely volatile. I lost some people today over advice, over talking about advice. So it's a very hot topic. It's one of the most hot button topics I think I've had on the stream. People are very touchy about advice for some reason.
I think so. Like Jack Talcott's show would prove that. Just watching it over a week, um, Jack gives a lot of advice, but I don't think that one person actually, takes it to heart, because everyone's still just trolling him for the most part. It seems like,
I
unfortunately.
mean, when I give advice, I don't expect anyone to take it. Like like if they don't take it, I'm fine with that. I'm just at least putting it out there. But what they do with it is up to them. I don't have a stake in it either way.
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about like blanket advice broadcasting over, some sort of medium, sure, I could see that. But like if someone is just basically, if someone is literally down on their luck or having a hard time, and they still are too stubborn to even listen to what you have to say, and you're trying to help them, and it's like, at what point is it just like, you know uh maybe I'm just kind of in the defeatist mode right now, because I was, fishing around on YouTube, and I'm seeing still a lot of woke these woke leftist chat, streams going on, and they still are basically paranoid and full of TDS, and that kind of, brings me down a little bit. So
Oh,
maybe it's just me. Any
it could be.
advice?
I don't know what you. I don't watch those streams. I don't know what you're watching them for at all. I don't expose myself to that. I don't know. Do you have any advice, Barney? What's your relationship to advice?
Uh, I do have some advice, um, but then sometimes I feel like I shouldn't give it because I'm not perfect. So then I
But
have to
all
tell
it is
myself, like,
information or opinion. It doesn't like I think people make more big. It doesn't bother me at all to hear advice if I don't think it's useful, I just ignore it. It's not a big deal for me to hear it. And it's not a big deal for me to say advice, to offer advice to other people. They don't have to take it. And people are really, really touchy about advice in a way that I don't understand. They second guess and they think really hard about should I give. And for me, it's just part of conversation. Advice, people give advice all the time. They give their opinion on things constantly. And it's not, I don't see it as a big deal. And apparently I'm in the minority because to other people it is a very big deal. And there's very specific rules and expectations around advice. And if they're not followed, it can end friendships. And that I
Well,
don't understand that relationship to advice.
okay, it's this. If you give someone advice and the receiver is insecure, they feel it as an attack.
Well, that's not
And that's the
pretty good.
problem.
that's not my problem. And hopefully they can separate my intention from whatever's going on inside of them. But I guess they can't.
But sometimes they can't.
That's pretty good analysis there.
Thanks. You know, if you gave me some advice, you know,
I give you
I don't
advice.
know. I vacillate with my securities. Sometimes it depends on what it is in regards to, I guess. And I'm very self-depreciating. But when you're very self-depreciating, you kind of allow and invite other people to give you advice in a way. But people don't like it. Really insecure people, they don't want advice because they feel they're on a path. They feel they're right. And anything it will give them like an existential crisis. They're like, oh, I thought I was supposed to do A, B, and C.
Well, then they shouldn't be around me. They're too fragile to be around me.
But they need
Because
advice
if
more
I
than
have an
anyone.
opinion on something, I'm going to express it.
But they need advice more than anyone. But you got to build up their self-esteem to be able to receive it and
I
effectively
just don't
utilize it.
understand that. It's I guess I
I mean, like right now, I just gave you advice, and you're not accepting it. Like
Right.
maybe let's look
because
at
I
that.
don't
Like,
understand it. It's not advice that makes
am I
sense
not
to me.
explaining
I'm not
it?
saying you're wrong. You with these particular people that you're talking about, you're probably right. That probably is the right approach. I just don't understand those people enough to be the one to be in the role of having to help them. I know to make long-lasting change, it has to come from within anyway. So if I give advice and they don't have the intrinsic motivation to make the change, my advice is not going to do anything. It's harmless. It's useless. So long term, if I actually
It could be
care
harmful.
and
No,
am
it could
trying
be
to
harmful.
get someone to make some kind of change that they themselves want to make, I have to work with kind of motivational interviewing more than advice giving and helping them develop the motivation for themselves to take the advice.
I mean, you said a lot of shit there, right? I mean, don't you have a men's channel where you're trying to help men,
Yeah, you need some help.
not just for sexual gratification? And wouldn't you need, somehow to be a good messenger to help men and to build them up? And you're just, I don't know, you're like
I just
you're
explained it.
shooting down my advice, which
Not
seems like
shoot-
it's just,
That's your insecurity
shows.
complex again. I'm
Could
not
be.
shooting it down. I'm just saying I don't understand it.
You
I
don't
can't
understand
relate
what?
to it.
Let me explain it again.
When you said that some people are so fragile, you have to build up their ego before they're able to hear the advice. And I said, if that's the case, if not even with advice, if I have to build up somebody's fragile ego to hear anything I have to say, then they shouldn't be hanging around me because I'm not gonna.
No, stop right there. That's where you're wrong.
No,
Those are the people that need you the most, dum-dum.
no, those are not the people that need me the most.
They
Those
need
are
you the
the
most.
exact
They're
type
your-
of people I'm not looking to try to help. I've showed that chart so many times. Of
Show me the chart. I haven't
all right,
seen it.
hang on, let me pull it up. This one.
The people, those are the ones that need your help more than anyone. Why
No.
don't you?
See, that's
You're only going to help the.
these are the people I'm trying to help. The people at this threshold of independence that have looks most self-determined. They have a degree of self-determination. The people you're talking about are the ones right here at the bottom. People close to the bottom have likely been affected by long-term damage, making them the most difficult people to help. I have said over and over, I am not targeting my services toward here. I am targeting it toward people that are trying to become self-empowered, autonomous, and independent. These are the people I'm trying to help. Explicitly not these. I have done probably 50 streams showing this chart and saying the exact same thing I just said.
Well,
So I'm on record over and over and over saying the opposite of what you're telling me I need to help.
okay. Well,
I don't think you are, Apocalypse,
you're
but
talking over me.
I don't know you
I
that well.
haven't seen that chart. As you know, we have our lovers' quarrels, and I unfollow you for a while until I come back. So I haven't seen that chart, but
Well,
that is interesting. Well, go ahead with the insult. Let's hear it.
No, I was going to say you're not you're in the you're not in the minority with that. That's been happening a lot lately, not just with you. So I'm validating what you just said.
I mean, honestly, telling me that I'm like everyone else is kind of an insult. Like maybe that's my insecurity.
I know, just can't win.
You can't,
but-
not with me.
But
I guess
tell
I'm
me,
not. I'm not the preferred type client that you're looking for.
Yeah. So do you understand what it like about
What's the name of that chart? Is that like something that people know?
the
of?
the guy I started the first podcast with put that together. It was from his website. He had this self-determination project, and he put it together as part of that. And we developed our podcast together, and it was all about autonomy and self-determination and self-empowerment,
That dude that
community building.
used to be with you. The what's his face?
Huh? No, he was a little trans guy, trans man. He was intersex, actually. It's New
Cool.
World Chaos. It's on my channel. I have a playlist. It's my old channel that I had before this one.
Didn't
His
I
name
meet
was
him? You had
Nemo.
some weirdos when I first started.
Well, I got weirdos now. We got one guy over here called Da Freak.
Okay, so where am I? So you made this chart, bro? That's based.
No, he made it.
Do I know him or not?
Probably not.
I met you when you're hanging out with like Moose and
He was on Benjamin Boyce one time.
What was that guy's name? When you remember that?
Lib,
No, what was the other one though?
Chris.
Yeah, was it Chris the guy who built it?
No, this is way before, years before Chris.
Okay, so let's find out where I am on the chart.
Hang
Let's see if there's any hope for me and you. I love that you made your own
on.
chart.
Why is it's
but
you? It's hope for you. I have nothing to do with it. The chart is the individual chart.
Isn't this good content, dickhead? I mean, you're just so
It's
I'm-
old
I'm-
content.
I'm-
It's
I'm-
content. I've shown this
I-
chart so many times.
no. Where like everyone who comes up here should be like, where are
Okay,
you on this?
look,
chart?
the zone
Like,
of
this is good
transformation.
content.
This is, see these green arrows and red arrows? The red arrows are everything that are pulling you down and keeping you from achieving self-determination. And the green arrows are everything that are supporting you in that. And as you cross this threshold of independence, this zone of transformation, your forces start to move in the positive direction, where you're more autonomous and self-determining, and you're less at the mercy of other people and your environment. And as you stabilize at this top part, then you're able to achieve your goals a lot more effectively, and you're more resilient, and you're less thrown off by all the stuff life throws at you or that other people say to you. See, there's natural forces that push up or down on each person. Once a person passes above the threshold, the forces mostly tend to be positive, pushing them in the direction they're trying to go. And down here, you have the person beat down by all of the negative forces that they couldn't overcome.
So let's make a chart and put all the YouTubers on it. Where am I on this chart?
I don't know. You'd have to determine that for yourself.
I'm really just, this is like such good content. I'm really just giving you a slow ball pitch. I'm helping you out. I'm working with this chart you have, which is awesome.
Hey, Hank. Well,
Yeah,
thank
like-
you very much.
And you just like, okay, what do you want to talk about? That you want to talk about getting your nose waxed? I did that. It was awesome. I mean, what kind of content do you want, bro? I got my ears and my nose waxed. It was awesome. I'm all fresh, waxed up,
Well,
ready to go.
I take whatever content people show up with. There's no specific type that I'm.
No, you don't, because I just showed an interest in something you had.
Well,
you-
we've
you
already
always
covered your
shut me
nose
down.
hair wax.
I know. I
That's
don't
not
want to
new
do content.
content.
That's
Neither is
why
this
I'm
chart.
trying to talk about your chart, and you're just like.
I was trying to
dismissing it.
learn about
What
this
is your
Black
problem?
Batman, actually, and the Freak and I were talking about advice and stuff. And then you were telling me how I needed to build up people's fragile egos before I talk to them.
Okay, what do you want me to talk about, Jeff?
But this is an unsafe space. Fragile egos should not be here.
Okay, so am I fragile or not? Again, where am I on your fucking chart? Let's determine.
You have to decide where you are.
No, you're the boss. It's your channel. You came
I'm
up
the
with
one looking for
boss.
the
You're
hey
boss of this
Untrackable.
channel.
Definitely great content.
Thanks, the freak.
You're kidding. I feel like this is the low
Yeah,
point
Jeff,
of the night.
you and me are great content, dickhead. And when as soon as
Listening to that guy's story
scared to
about his
admit it.
washing machine was way better content than what
You
we're
and
doing
me are
now.
good content, and you always insult me by pretending it's not. F you, Jeff. F you.
Well, you know
That's
how
why
I can
always
tell by the
unsubscribe from you.
numbers and the super chats that roll in. So
So where are the
when I
numbers?
see enough super chats, I will be convinced. I'm losing subs. I dropped under 800 again.
You just got a $2 super chat from Flame Yo.
Not lies. I have never banned anybody for telling me to calm down. That is misinformation. Quit your lying. I've never banned someone for that.
All right, let's see.
I've taken them off the channel. I have never banned them.
Let's see.
Oh, you're trying to share this link? Oh, fuck. I wonder if you could put in the comments. That would be hilarious if if we had Black Batman come over. Because he could give us advice.
Dude, Kai Cenat is not our Democrat.
Look, I lost another sub. Grills Trillions just unsub too.
How do you know that?
Because he said so.
You did.
Adios,
You've been
turd
at 800.
nuggets.
You've been at 800 since I've been here, dickhead. And you're still.
No, I was at 7-something when I started.
Yeah, well, you're at 800 now, dickhead.
I know, but I was higher than that before. Like, I dropped to 700. So I'm
You've done
climbing
nothing
back up.
but gain.
I hover at 800. That I have plateaued at 800. That is my limit. That is the universal maximum of the people that my content has the ability to reach.
It's not
I
true.
just have to accept that.
Where are you in the chart? Much lower than I expected.
No,
We should take
I'm that
Put that in the
threshold of
bucket.
independence and beyond.
I think you're like a 4 or whatever. You're lower than it.
4 is the threshold of independence.
Okay, you're at 3.75.
Actually, the numbers, the higher the higher the better. I mean, the lower the better. 1 is the top,
Oh, all right. Well, then you're whatever. You're the bad number.
and 7 is the bottom. So there's only 7 numbers.
Listen.
Yeah, I could tell you're in a bad mood.
I'm not in a bad
And
mood.
look, it's not affecting me at all. That's how resilient and independent I am.
I'm not in a bad mood. I see potential in you, but you're just so resistant. You're such a dickhead. Your live viewers watchers have gone up.
What? Okay.
You haven't
What,
lost any subs. You're just a dick.
you know I'm half retarded, right? I thought we were talking about people with fragile egos, and all of a sudden it's about me and advice you're trying to give me personally. So it switched somewhere, and I didn't pick up on the switch.
Jeff's not a dick.
Oh,
You were giving me advice on how to help, like how to give advice to people with fragile egos, and next thing I know, you're pretending like you're trying to help me.
Oh, what? Are you beyond fucking help? Are you so great you can't take
No,
advice?
obviously
I
not.
know another.
The
I know
numbers,
another
the numbers
YouTuber who
back
acts
that
just
up.
like that.
I
So,
could definitely use help.
Here we go.
Well,
Untrackable can help you.
Okay, hey, Attractable. I trust Attractable's advice.
Okay, well, Jeff, good luck, dickhead. I'm gonna unsub.
Barney,
'Cause
don't.
you-
I've already lost people today.
I just did. Boom.
No,
F you.
put your sub back.
No, because you're.
No, you're being a little baby. Stop this. This is not.
I'm being a bitch. Let's say it like it is. Call it like
Well,
it is.
that
I'm
too.
being a
You're
big-
being a little bitch, a little
I'm
baby
being a
bitch.
big bitch. A
Having
big
a
poop.
midlife.
I'm not
bro
gonna
life
beg you to sub. There's
I'll sub back when you stop being a dickhead.
crisis.
this is the pun. He punishes me with sub numbers, with his 1 sub. That's his 1 power over me.
Or maybe when you act right, I'll use all my ghost accounts.
See, you're trying to control me and manipulate me.
There could be something to that. I could see that. Sure, but I'm a dickhead. But it's just the kind of energy you give out. It's the kind of energy you get back. I don't know what to say. I mean, you're a
Well,
dickhead.
The energy is what it is, and I am prepared to take the consequences for if people don't like my energy.
Okay,
So if my
you
energy
fell-
costs is I'm being my energy is very real. I'm not dissembling. I'm saying what's on my mind. I'm reacting in the moment. If that's costing me a sub, I just have to live with that consequence. Because the
Right.
alternative is to be fake, and I'm
not
not
the
I'm
alternative.
not prepared to do that.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
not the
Untrackable.
alternative. The alternative is not.
Is to do what you
it's
say and act
no.
like you want me to act
Wrong,
instead of
wrong.
how I am
to
acting.
face reality.
The
It's
real
to face
act.
reality. Stop downgrading our relationship and acting like we don't have something special.
Okay, can we
unique
hear
about it.
from Untrack? He
I
just
just
showed
talked.
up.
No, I just talked to Kai Sanat, and he gave me some advice. He said, if you want to get 1 million subs, you and Jeff need to figure out a way to work together, and you'll easily get it within the year. That's what he said, dickhead. So just remember that. Have fun at
Well, we're doing
$7.99.
it. We're doing a terrible job. It takes two to figure that out. And
Have fun at $7.99. I'll see you when I stop acting like a
Okay.
Hey,
bitch.
maybe
Take it easy. Bye.
maybe
Have
you
a
need to
good
send. I was gonna say maybe you need to send him a copy of the chart so he can self-study or something.
yeah, I could do that. Here, I'll pop it to you on Discord. Untrackable, how are you?
I'm doing very well. I saw you were up and you guys were talking about a chart. I did not catch so much of that. So I have no input about what was going on. So I'm not even going to pretend like I. No.
We can move on. I'm happy to. It's the chart was being exploited for lame content.
I got you. It's okay. But no, it's just.
But there's
another
this
day.
guy on Twitch. Have you heard of him, Kai Sanat? And he dresses up like Black Man. I mean, I'm sorry, Batman. And he plays video games. And he makes $100,000. And so we were trying to analyze what he's doing that we could learn from. And of course, Barney
Yeah,
made it all about his bit. And
I've heard of him. I've seen him as clips on YouTube and stuff like that. You know, I think it's the broader production rather than just a single personality. You know what I mean? So many people do that same thing where, you know, they get together and they support each other in such a way to where it's so much bigger. So, you know, he's the face of that, you know, basically the house that he is part of.
oh, you mean there's multiple? It's not just him. There's like a whole, like a drag house. So I've never seen him before. Let me see. Hopefully I can use his copy. Oh wait, it's copyrighted. Is he just? Maybe I'll just watch him on mute.
Badass. But let me tell you why this is the mess suit.
You can't even understand
You can't
him.
really see my mouth, so you don't know what emotion I got going on. This is why this suit.
Right, that's exactly. I can't read emotion from words, just
This
words.
is why this suit right here
And people seem to think I should be able to.
is so. Crazy,
I will say I love
you
his
can't really tell, bro.
room.
You feel me? W's in the
I like his room more than I like him.
W's in the chat. What is your favorite suit?
He comes
out
on
of the
very
entire
aggressive.
series, y'all? What is the favorite suit? Oh, hold on.
I do this. I
Robin!
spurg out like this.
Call it in Robin.
Well,
I mean, he's
I'm not
also, like-
seeing it. I'm just not seeing the big. I'm not seeing $100,000 worth of content.
Well, different people attract, you know, different communities and whatnot. I will say that nothing that I've seen is on the intellectual level, but it can be entertaining to some. You know, the dress up, the social stuff that goes on behind his head while he's streaming and stuff like that. Because I mean, imagine if you're doing your thing, you're sitting there in your chair, and your friends go and freak out behind you, yeah, and you basically just kind of shrug it off like, yeah, that just happened. You know what I mean?
Is that what he does on his show? Like people
Yeah,
dress up and do things behind him. I would love that if people had people behind me.
and collaborations with others. You know,
Yeah,
I
I've
guess
tried that.
you have to have
Barney
some
and I just tried to do one.
budget. So like some of these people travel and, you know, they show themselves collaborating in, you know, out in the real world and things like that. But
Yeah, I would love that. I've been inviting people for that. I'm just so far no takers. But I like what my community. I like my community. I like what my channel has attracted. So I'm happy with.
Yeah. And there's something to be said about natural growth versus, trying to force something. Because if you think that you can go and buy your way into being popular, um, just take it back to, high school. Just because you dressed a certain way didn't mean you were part of the club. You know what I'm saying?
And you probably can buy your way into being popular with a certain crowd, but it's not the crowd I even care to be popular with. So.
Yeah.
Well, Freak, what you want to continue?
Sure. I was hoping, Midlife was gonna talk about Donald Trump and some politics and stuff, but I guess,
That's his
the
stick.
chart,
I
the
guess
chart freaked
not. I
him
drove him
out.
away. That's 2 or 3 in one day.
I think,
The
I think,
bodies are piling up. Hang on, my roommate needs me real quick. I gotta go see what he wants. I'll be right back.
all
Y'all,
right.
y'all two chat. I'll come right back.
Yeah. So what's up there, Untrackable?
Oh, just living the dream. I had the Monday off,
You
and
in Canada?
no, I'm in the United States. I'm in North Carolina.
Excellent. So what do you think about Donald Trump?
Um, I mean, I don't vote, but I have yet to experience anything bad. Nobody's taken anything away from me. Nobody's showing up at my door trying to, like the body snatchers. Um,
Yeah. So how about like the whole Ukrainian war thing where Joe Biden literally didn't even bother to pick up the phone for any kind of peace talks or any kind of resolution, and yet Donald Trump, it basically, right around a month in, has probably secured us mineral rights, actually going to salvage any sovereignty for the Ukrainian people whatsoever, and might have a peace deal hopefully real soon. What do you think in the contrast and comparison in that regard?
it's tough because I think war is absolute hell. Um, lives being lost when deals could be made from the very beginning. But um, when it's comes down to what the U.S. has for deal offers versus two countries going to war kind of independently. Um, I'm a proponent of minding our own business and handling things here at home. That's something that's been on my mind for about the past 20 years is, hey, just because somebody's doing something over there that might affect, the global economy. Um, if nobody attacked us and it just might affect the economy, maybe we should mind our own business and stop doing this fuckery that's going on in our own country. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, I think I agree with that. But you got to remember one thing with the Ukraine is the whole NATO thing. Joe Biden was the one pushing for Ukraine to join NATO, and that gives them the right to actually install NATO weaponry in Ukraine, which has extorted Russia. And so they would have installed, theoretically or hypothetically, they would have installed nuclear weaponry, right there. And Putin, since like 2011 or 12 or something like that, has been saying all along that if you do that, we're going to have to take over we can't allow that, basically, like the Bay of Pigs was in the 60s for us. So yeah, we did meddle Joe Biden did meddle. Joe Biden did cause the war. He instigated it, even though, yes, Russia invaded Ukraine. He instigated it, like poking someone in the eye. And after that, even after that, Ukraine applied for NATO status, actually a formal application, and then Joe Biden declined it. And still didn't even pick up the phone to call Russia for a peace deal or to try and find a resolution or try to find a deal. Nothing. It was all a big slush fund for the Democrats. How else can you explain it? Anyway, hey, Jeff.
Hey, what's up?
So, yeah, I just came up to say that the best advice is no advice.
Well,
because I think midlife.
then I'll probably just keep losing friends because I'm not gonna stop expressing myself and my thoughts. A lot of people like that about me. That they get. They always know where they stand with me. They get what's on my mind. They get transparency. They get the real me. I don't hold things back. If I have a thought about something, I'm going to share it. So for some people, they're looking for that. People that are looking for something different can go find a different person. But that's what you get with me. And advice is part of that. And it's in the spirit of helping. I'm not trying to hurt anybody by offering advice. I have a lot of years of experience and stuff. I'm old. So if people want to turn that into something more negative than it actually is, they're free to do that. But I'm not going to let that define me and change what I do.
Hey,
Shelby, that was Kane's catharsis. Oh, I'm sorry. No.
am I still coming in clear? Because it seems like
You,
this,
yeah,
the
you are.
StreamYard is
That was my roommate from Seattle. Remember
messing up
him?
on my
He
end.
he made it with the AI. So my roommate, my former roommate, made the background. Kane made the animated version that I opened the show with. He took this image and he animated it. Not lost. Twitter doesn't even have headlines. It's tweets. It's people typing stuff. Yeah, we can hear you. Oh, you're getting timeouts. Can you hear us?
I could hear everybody
Uh-oh.
just fine.
Freak signal is getting jammed.
Huh.
Well, it looks like it's you and I. Untrackable.
That's okay. I always wish the best for everybody, but discussions can be had about anything. And as long as, people accept different views and opinions as, independence, then that's how discussions go down, I guess. It's not about winning, because you're never going to win a war of words unless you cut somebody else's throat out. You know what I mean?
God, that seems extreme. Yeah, I agree. Well, that's what I do. I give my perspective on things, and people are welcome to give theirs. And I'm trying to create a space where people can come and give their side of things, even if I don't agree with it or other people don't agree with it. And I
it's
think I do
cleared
a
up
pretty good
now.
job.
So,
Speak. You sound good.
yeah, I think it's cleared up now. So, I'll just say one more thing before I drop down back to the chat. I always take your advice to heart, Jeff. At least twice I've come to you and you offered a couple things that, or maybe three times. Two I've accepted and one I kind of rejected, but that's okay. So, I don't think that there's anything wrong in what you're doing. And I think that you are sincere. And I think Midlife Pro Logic is just being selfish because we wouldn't go over his chart and try and psychoanalyze him because he needs attention because he just went and got a nose ring or a nose wax or whatever. Anyway, at this point for me, unless someone specifically asks for advice, I'm not going to bother forecasting it because it just falls on deaf ears. And like I don't have any kind of like leadership qualities. I'm pretty much like I just do my own thing. I don't have a desire to like rally the troops or anything like that. So no one's going to listen to me anyway, unless someone asks me. I'm not going to say anything. Of course, I'm going to troll in the chat. That's my bread and butter. But otherwise, just wanted to address the topic and say hi and everything else. So good seeing you.
Well, you as well. I appreciate it. And thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you always seem to be inadvertently lighting fires, Jeff. But that's what's so fun about people getting together and talking about shit. It doesn't matter what it is. Like he just said about leadership qualities. If somebody asks me a question, I'm more likely to answer with a story of personal experience and following it through in some way, shape, or form. But I'm not going to sit here and tell anybody what to do ever, because that's just not my place in life. I don't feel like I'm gonna take what you just said about, hey, where am I? Well, I can't tell you where you are, and I can't tell you what to do, but I can tell you maybe something that came along that was similar and how I am still here today. You know what I mean?
Some people, I think part of the issue is some people will take things as advice that are not necessarily intended specifically. Like they will hear advice, and like you just sharing a story about, well, here's what happened to me or what I did in that situation. Some people will take that as advice. And people are really touchy about advice for some reason. And I think that's the big disconnect with me from the start, is I just don't understand why advice is so fraught for some people. Like to me, giving advice is innocent. And if people take it in a way other than innocent, I just don't relate to that psychology. I've just never had that experience with advice. I get advice all the time. I could take it or leave it. But I don't ever think the people are trying to do anything nefarious by giving it to me. And so I tend to have a lot of tolerance for advice, and some people don't. If you give advice the wrong way, or you give too much, or you give it when it's not wanted, they have a very strong reaction to that.
Yeah, and there's something to be said too about when somebody comes with a legit question, a crossroads in real life, versus a debate or an interview question, and they are responded to, but then they want to argue about, it's like, hey, did you not just in some way, shape, or form admit that you're looking for an answer that you don't have, but you don't want to listen to the many voices that may be willing to just talk it out with you. You know what I mean?
To me, an advice is an opinion, and it's part of free speech. And I'm very suspicious of people that try to make it something other than just that. Especially sometimes what will happen is a topic will come up and people will share their thoughts on that topic or their experiences on that particular topic. And some people will take that as advice. And that kind of chills the ability to just have an open discussion about a topic because now they have to tiptoe around what's advice, what am I going to say that this person doesn't want to hear because they don't want to hear advice, etc. I don't even like to introduce that into a conversation. I just like to keep the conversation open and flowing.
Yeah.
And so when people moralize about advice giving, it adds an extra layer of self-consciousness to the conversation that I think impedes it.
Yeah, for sure. Because, when you put so much weight on your answer as if somebody else is just supposed to automatically accept it. But when you put so much weight on your question to where you will deny all, recommendations or answers, it's a two-way street that we come to. But ultimately, I think people they don't come online to solve problems. They come online to spend time with others and to be entertained. Or are you going to throw your fist into the gauntlet? You know what I mean?
Well, one of the things that we tried to do with this channel is solve problems, like be a problem solver. We wanted people to bring our problems. It was Joe Brown's. He decided to leave the show. He's not going to be part of the show anymore. And the decision was made behind the scenes without any kind of discussion or conversation. So that's all I know. And Bro is, I'm assuming Bro is a bit. Because if he were serious, to me, he would approach the discussion a completely different way. But if by bro you mean midlife, bro logic, he's always doing this. It's kind of a shtick with him.
Well, Jeff, I'm gonna say goodnight. I really didn't know what I was getting into pulling up, but I will say it's always fun to hang out with you. I think I thought something else was going. I thought maybe the whatever chart I was going to get an explanation. And
You want? I can show you the chart. You want to see it? It's. I've shown it
sure.
before, but it's the chart. It's. There's actually three charts. One is the individual level, the program level, and the community level. But it's the spectrums of self-determination. And up here you have the most determination. See all these green arrows. The green arrows are good. They're all the forces that contribute to you being an autonomous, self-determining person. And then the bottom is see, people close to the bottom have been affected by long-term damage, making them difficult to help. And it's just as you move up the chart, you become more and more self-determined and more independent, more and more resilient. You have more agency. You're more in control of your own life. You can make your own choices and decisions, and they're less at the mercy of outside influences. And once you cross this dotted line in the middle, the forces tend to be mostly upward instead of downward. Here, there's more of a downward pull. And once you cross here, there's more of an upward pull that moves you forward. And so you can kind of chart where you are on this spectrum of self-determination. So that's the chart we were talking about. And Barney wanted us to find where he was.
Okay. I don't see why that would be turned into what I witnessed when I came in, but
I don't I don't have an explanation for that. Other than it's Barney doing a bit.
Yeah, but
so I don't.
It's all good. I'm gonna say goodnight. It's pushing 11 o'clock Eastern time, so I'll see you again.
Okay, yeah. Have a good night. I'll be out. I'll be out tomorrow this week. So thanks for coming up and I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, take care.
You too. Take care. Not lies. I didn't do anything. What I saw the same thing everybody else saw. So I didn't do anything other than talk, like express my opinion. Hey, welcome back. What's
You,
up?
you're not being accountable to yourself. That's the worst thing about your show. You have this great show, great ideas, great charts that you for some reason don't want to like talk about and put me on.
I've
And
done so many streams
I'm
on.
talking. Right? I mean, you have to re-show your good stuff like over and over again, bro. Like even if you have a 4-hour show, you have to like just say the same shit over and over again. I just talked to Kai Cenat. He gave me some tips. That was one of them.
Before
And
we get into that, can I ask you something? You
no,
said
I'm
that's the
not done.
worst
I'm not
thing
done.
about my show. What is the worst thing again?
Lack of accountability of men on this show, and it's the thing that drives me freaking berserk.
Who am I accountable to?
To yourself, to honesty, to the
Well,
world.
then let me be accountable to myself. That doesn't require you to police.
I'm giving you advice.
Yeah.
Did you fix the spelling yet?
Huh? I did.
Okay,
Thank you for that. That
Yeah,
was
no
good
problem.
advice.
Okay.
Yeah. I am accountable to myself. So that doesn't involve you. That's why it's called self.
Well, you're not. You act like you didn't do anything, and I've told you 1,000 times. You pretend like you and my relationship on YouTube is not special and magical, and you try to play it down, and you know that's wrong. You know that we are a great team, and you treat me like a fat chick. You treat me like an ugly chick that only comes by after midnight and leaves before 3. I mean, bro.
You think this is a great team? This is your benchmark for greatness?
We are a good team, and you're always
This
trying
is
to undercut it.
dysfunctional. This is a
This is a good-
borderline dysfunctional abusive relationship.
Yeah, you're the abusive one, and you're the dysfunctional one,
I'm
and that's
just
crazy.
sitting here. I'm not even
I mean,
the
for
one
me,
up here
you should be
starting
concerned.
trouble and saying
You should be
stuff.
concerned that I'm the most based and rational one in this relationship. That's crazy.
Okay, well, what were his tips?
What were
You
Kai
said he
Cenat's
had
tips?
7. Did you say he had 7 tips?
Kai Cenat gave me some tips. Yeah,
Okay.
he said that specifically for you, you need to hold yourself and your guests accountable. Right? You are in here saying, "Oh, I didn't do nothing.
Well,
I didn't do nothing." You did. You're nasty.
Here's
You're
the thing.
mean,
He
and
can
you
run his
undercut us as
panel
a
like
team.
he wants it, and I'm going to run my channel like I want it.
And this goes back to the title, taking advice. This is advice direct from Kai Cenat.
Okay.
Dude's got like 10
Okay,
trillion
I've
subs. He makes
noted.
like $1
The
million
advice is
every
noted.
week.
I've received the advice. What's the next
$52
tip?
million a year, and you're just turning it down.
Okay, what's the next tip?
He says that he thinks that you and me are a great team. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Hold up. God damn it. Mayor Brandon Scott was right at the park right next to my house.
Was what?
He was at the park next to my house. I didn't pull.
Do you need to go catch him?
He ain't there now.
Oh, okay.
Actually, no, this isn't the one next to my house.
Oh,
Never
okay.
mind. False alarm.
Can I give you
That's
some
last
advice?
year. Oh, do you want
Like-
the 7 tips or not? Yeah, give me some
Yeah,
advice.
no, I do. Go ahead.
He said that I need to break through to you to somehow get you to let your
That
guard
seems
down
like advice for
and,
you, not me.
and just admit that you and me are a great team and stop undercutting it.
That's
stop
the same
insulting
tip
us.
as number 1. Does he have new tips? Like
It's not the same. No, the first one is
that are
be
tips that are
accountable
different from
to
each other.
yourself and hold your guests accountable to themselves. Otherwise,
I'm
then
not
you're-
here to hold people accountable. That's not my role.
Why not? What is-
Because
what's the
who
mission
am I to
statement?
hold someone accountable to themselves?
What's the mission statement?
I'm
of
not
this show?
somebody's conscience.
What is the mission statement of this show?
You can read the community guidelines. It's definitely not to hold someone accountable. So if you find that anywhere, show it to me.
What is the purpose of your show? I want to know.
Conversation, support, education, community building. Those are the 4 big ones, I'd say. Entertainment, now and then when it happens.
All right, well, you're not supporting others when you're not holding each other accountable, right?
Yeah, you can
You're not
support.
building community when you just like
Well, then
brush over the
again,
top.
go do it your way on your channel. Let me do it my way here. You
I'm
keep
giving
coming
you
back.
advice. I'm giving you
Did
advice.
you resub?
No, because you're still pissing me off. You're still
I
at
let you
seven
back,
ninety
didn't
nine.
I? Okay, what's tip number 3? Because tip number 2 was about something for you to do.
There it is. This is the perfect example of you not being accountable. You act like you're innocent. You act like you didn't do nothing. You're wrong.
Okay, what did I do? What is it you think I did? I'll play. I'll
You always try to downplay how awesome we are as a team.
That's my big crime. That's my sin. Is I downplay how off. I don't think this is not awesome to me. If I observed this, if I saw me and you on a bench in the mall and I was a third party walking by, I would not say, "Oh, look at that awesome couple interacting."
Wait, we're YouTubers. Dude, we're not sitting on a bench in a mall, right? I don't know. Like that really
Okay,
threw
at
me
a
off.
McDonald's. If we were sitting in a booth at a McDonald's eating fries and I walked by and I heard us interacting, I would not think awesome couple.
Look, I don't talk to strangers, bro. Like I don't know.
Okay, I don't know how to get.
Like what do you like, bro? You don't
Well,
just
let's go on to the next tip.
sit here bothering people at McDonald's. I mean,
Okay.
what do you, bro?
I can't fake pretending that I think this is awesome when I don't. I think it's dysfunctional. So what's the next step you
So okay,
recommend?
so you think you and me are what?
Dysfunctional.
Do we have any potential? Do we have any magic? What do we have? Do we have anything?
I think there's potential because I think we've exhibited it on more than one occasion.
Okay.
But then we get mired in dysfunction in the process a lot. So if there was a way to like a band, if there was a way to harmonize consistently, we could actualize our potential. But
Can you?
we keep hitting. I think we hit more wrong notes than we do make beautiful music.
But I think we're closer than anyone else.
And tonight it seemed like a lot of it came from you when you came up here and started your.
There it is. Your
Rock
lack of
out.
accountability. I show an interest in something you created. It's great content. It's genuinely interesting. I want to understand myself. I admire your chart. I admire what's going on. I'm looking for a little
It's not.
help.
I didn't make it. It's
Just
not.
like you
I don't want to
said,
get credit.
trying to
for
build community here, and you just shut me down and act like we're not special. I'm the closest of your guests to something special. It's like rough because we're getting ready to make a breakthrough. Can you put up a poll, please? Is Barney good or bad for Jeff? Please on YouTube. Let's do it. Let's go. Come on. And we'll let the 9 million viewers determine
Okay, let me
the fate of our relationship right here and right now. Here and now.
let's take a poll. We can shove it up your ass.
Yeah, there you go again.
Is
Like always trying to
Barney
push the base shit
good or bad
for the show.
Jeff? Oh, for
For
the
the
show.
show.
Okay, not for me personally.
Well, I mean, you and the show are kind of
For Jeff
intricately
and or
woven.
the show.
I don't know. This is a good question. I guess, but are you are the show? So let's just say Jeff. Let's
Okay,
say Jeff.
and like the numbers do not lie. Like when Mike shows up, the numbers back up his.
But the numbers are when I'm on, you have higher numbers. I've been watching them, and it's facts.
Oh, I'd have
Fact.
to see some data on
Fact.
that. All right,
I've been
there we
watching
go.
it.
Oh, I didn't. How long does it go for? I didn't set a time.
Is Barney good or bad for Jeff? Yes or no? Can you make a proper poll, please?
That's what you told me to write.
Is Barney good
Oh,
or
for the
bad for Jeff? Yes or
sorry.
no?
Let me. Hey, ignore that poll. I'm gonna do a different one. Sorry. All right, here we go. I thought you could time it, like
Time what?
how long you want it to go.
The poll?
Yeah.
Lol, that's what he said. You just end it when you want. I don't know if there's time.
Okay. Is Barney good or bad for Jeff? There we go.
What do you
I'll
think
end
of
it in,
Barney on
like,
the show?
5
Good
minutes.
or bad? This is not. It's not a yes no, bro. Just type in Barney and then have a good or bad. That's it.
That's the same thing.
No, it's
Oh,
not.
I see. Because it's okay. I see what you're talking about.
Just type in Barney and
All right,
say good
ignore
or
that
bad.
poll. All right.
This was
So
determined.
we'll have to do it like, is Barney good for Jeff?
No, just type Barney and then say good. Is one answer. But bad is another. Just really simple and stay good. Click on to the simple. Let's see. Let's see what this poll says. Let's see what the truth is, right?
Okay, something's going with your mic.
Oh, here we go.
I probably should not have said anything.
There we go.
There we go. That's the poll.
What are the results? What did the exit polls say?
I can't hear anything.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can.
What did the exit polls say?
No, I can't. I can't hear you.
Can you hear that?
I hear you banging on your microphone.
Okay. Well, can you hear me talking?
It comes
Hello?
in and out.
So that's what she said.
Well, look, so far,
Hello?
like three. Oh, it's going to. I don't know. This is an interesting poll.
Uh-oh.
It's going all over the place. It was at 75% good. Now it's at 2/3 good.
It's still been
Man, but this is the
50%.
panel verse. Everybody here's dysfunctional. You're not going to get an accurate. You're not going to get a. You're going to get the dysfunctional version of the answer, because they want to see the drama.
No, my YouTube polls are 100%.
No,
accurate,
I have to trust my audience.
with plus or minus 0 margin of error. That's what mine
Are you? Is there a bot manipulating this poll?
67%, bro. Read it and fucking weep, dickhead.
Come on, y'all.
See, this is the problem. You act like we're not good. The math doesn't lie. You're such a girl, right? Math doesn't lie. You know, what are
As
you gonna say now?
desperate to achieve. But Shelby, the thing is, he has way higher numbers than I do.
I don't.
I
though.
should be riding his coattail, and he's here slumming on my little channel.
You never come to my channel, dickhead.
Because
you're an asshole.
you do the vertical. We did a whole show together last week.
Well, let's do another one. Let's talk
And by the
about
way,
it.
did you ever hear from Dr. Todd?
No.
I did think about that, talking about accountability. I think I was a little hard on him.
Don't say me and hard on in the same sentence. Homo.
On Todd. Hard on
Rephrase
Todd.
it. Oh, okay.
Grande. I think
Yeah.
I think I was a bit hard on him because I think that
Can you
it's
not use the term hard on? You're just so gay.
you can't
Then
don't
you-
tell me how to talk. If you don't like my
I am.
words, then go find a partner whose words you
I'm
like.
giving you advice. Since you're so gay, you should never say hard on. It's
You're
just super
micromanaging.
gay.
There's a difference between giving advice and micromanaging. Maybe that was Joe's point from earlier.
I'm giving advice and you're not accepting it, and I'm right on the point.
I don't have to accept your advice. That was my whole argument all night is people can give advice all day long and nobody has to accept it. It's an exchange of dialogue and information. That's it. It's conversation. So you can speak it, you can put it out to the universe, and I can do whatever the hell I want with it, including nothing at all. Todd, what's his name? Todd Grande, Dr. Todd Grande. He's a internet. What is he? Is he really a psychologist? They said he wasn't. He has a YouTube channel and he talks about topics, and he's really he's kind of monotone and just flat, but he has like millions of viewers, and I was wondering how he had that many viewers with that scant of a personality. But then when I thought about it, he's giving educational topics. All he's doing is giving information. So for something like that, you don't have to have. It doesn't require personality because people go to the channel for the information, not necessarily for the personality. So I was applying a totally different paradigm to his channel than he's actually there for. I wasn't really tuned in to what he's doing, what he's there to do. And once I started looking at it that way, I realized that you don't really need a personality. So he's okay.
I'm not going to sit here and talk about him again. It was so
We
stupid last
don't
time.
have to. Did you go up? Did you
Let me just
finish
state,
what's
let me
his
just state
face's
for the
tips?
record. Let me state for the record that Dr. Todd Grande is awesome,
personality helps me too. Like it
and
definitely.
he tells jokes and he's funny. But you have to.
I didn't
listen
hear
to
you
it.
tried to show me some
Well,
jokes,
because you
but
have to listen to it, right? If you don't like it, it's fine. It's fine.
I did listen to him, but I didn't see the joke.
I'm not going. I don't know why we're getting sucked into the Dr. Todd.
We're
Grande
not,
debate.
because you keep bringing him up. So quit
brought it up.
gaslighting like I'm the one keeping it going.
You brought it up.
I just asked, can we finish the rest of Sinat's tips, and you keep talking about Ty Grande after saying that you want to move on.
You brought it up. I mean, I don't know what kind of weird planet you live in.
Yeah, but I've
Right.
moved on. I'm waiting for you to talk about Sinat's tips.
I
Wasn't
already
it
gave
Kai?
you like his top 3 tips, and you just
I thought you
you don't
had
like-
7.
yeah, but you don't deserve the other 4.
Oh, okay. Well, how are we gonna improve our relationship if you're gonna withhold?
I mean,
And if you don't think I'm worthy of some internet Batman's tips, how am I going to take you seriously that this is a healthy relationship and this has positive potential for a long-term partnership?
okay, so you just did
You
a lot
play
of things.
games. I feel like you play games.
Look, you be playing Monopoly all the time. Just let me explain to you
I
what you
hate
just did.
Monopoly. We talked about it earlier in the stream. How much I hate Monopoly.
Are you gonna let me get some words out, or just gonna like interrupt?
Yeah, no, you get where. But you had a whole clip about interrupting that you made, and I don't even go on your show. So you must have made it for other people that you have the same issue with. Not even me.
There's just so much non-accountability here, honestly, and it's
I don't
so
owe
much.
you accountability.
We can we just like we need a you need a dry erase board with the topic at hand, because anytime I try to talk about it, you always like shift to a different topic just to throw me off. Right when I get to the meat of it, right when I'm ready to break it down and really teach you something, really give you some advice, you just change the topic to something stupid. So just pick a topic. I'm going to talk about what you said about Kai Cenat. You just undermined and undercut and basically roasted him, saying he's some internet Batman. Dude,
I just
he's
said he
one.
doesn't have personality. No, oh, Kai Cenat. Okay, yeah,
said
what I saw of him is he was in a Batman costume, yelling into the camera
Yeah,
like
again,
Batman.
Again, that's not how he became famous. He is out here. He obviously has some type of talent, some type of skill, and he's making millions of dollars. And he's young. I mean, imagine being a 25-year-old YouTuber, rich,
And he's black.
bro. Talk about winning. Talk about winning. And you're just like he's an internet Batman. Like, first off, stop belittling people. Stop minimizing people's contributions to society and to their life. That's the first step, right? Stop doing that to other
Don't
people.
tell me-
You are trying to stand on
You're
people
trying to micromanage
to make yourself
the
higher,
content
but
in my
really you're
speech.
just slipping in quicksand.
You're Karen. You're Karening right now. Midlife Karen logic.
We're trying
Can
to
I ask you a question?
can I finish the topic? There you go again.
Yeah, let me
I'm
know
getting
when I can
into it.
ask you a question. And
I'll let you know.
okay.
I'll let you know. Right? I forget what I was talking about. You just keep belittling Kai Cenat. All right, pick another topic, but just pick one topic and we're going to talk about it. Go.
Well, I had a question, but I was waiting for
Go
you.
ahead, ask.
Okay. How much do you make on your channel?
Depends how much I work.
Just rough, like monthly average.
I mean,
Like for
average-
example, Kai Cenat makes 100,000. Supposedly, how much do you make
I mean, last year I think I made like $1,600.
for the whole year?
Yeah.
God, that's so okay.
I mean, it's okay. Yeah, it's not really going to pay the bills, but considering I used to make nothing, it's not bad. It's
Right. I'm just trying to
It can grow.
establish ethos and how like credible I should take your advice.
so okay. So is the goal to make money? Why not just start a freaking OnlyFans and sell your pussy? Probably make some money off that. You could do like a reindeer theme. You could have like your lover dress.
They have
Santa
a whole
Claus.
website, a whole porno site of guys dressed as like animals with antlers and hooves, and they have little like satyr pants on.
What's a satyr?
You know, the little fawn thing.
I don't know what that is.
He's like half goat at the bottom and half. They play the panpipes. They have little horns, little fawn horns, and they dance around, and they have hairy legs and hooves. Here, I'll just have.
Is that
to
what
show
you
one.
beat off to? Maybe you should
No,
do a porn
I'm just
review.
saying they do have a site, and the guys were hot on there.
Let's look at it.
Okay, I don't remember the name of it. This was like 5 years ago, and I keep trying to find it, but I don't remember that. This is a fawn. See this little guy.
Looks evil. That's a satyr.
That's a fawn.
Oh.
a satyr similar. But my whole point is they already have a website like you described.
Well, I tell you what I like. I like gay porn acting, and it's showing up on my Instagram, and it's freaking hilarious. Like before
Gay
they
porn
do the-
acting? Like they try to act out plots.
yeah, like before they
I-
put the dicks
was-
in that butthole. Like the acting is awesome.
Yeah, that's some advice I feel very comfortable declining. But thank you for offering it.
What? What advice?
The OnlyFans
No. All right. Well,
and
okay.
the porn.
Again,
I've had
just
opportunities
it's like,
before.
I'm not allowed to give you advice because I don't.
I never
make-
said not one.
No,
My
you did.
whole my whole thing tonight, and I even lost people over it, was that I think I think giving advice is part of free speech, and anybody should be allowed to give advice. It's not a big deal for people to give advice, and there were people that vehemently disagreed with that.
All right. I'm going to try to talk, and you're going to try not to interrupt me.
Yeah,
Right.
I go on mute.
You basically wanted to know how much money I made. You determined it wasn't enough. So then you said, oh, my advice isn't worth anything because I'm poor and stupid. So, it's just another way, just like you did to Kai Cenat. You said, oh, he's just a Batman on YouTube. He just plays games. Whatever he does, he's successful at it some way or another. I don't know. I don't watch him, but I know of his name. And you do that. You belittle people, you minimize them, you step on people's backs to make yourself not feel so low, and it's pathetic. And you should stop it, and then you'll start winning. And I can see it clear as day. Go ahead.
God, I'm about to cry.
I mean, don't cry. You're not serious, are you?
Okay. Yeah, do you have any other advice that would make me money?
Oh, God, are
More
you
than
really gonna cry?
$1,600 a
See, now I
month.
feel bad.
Like the most your advice would get me is $1,600 a year, which breaks down to, God, less than $100 a month. I already make more than that. You should be taking advice from me.
How much money you make on YouTube?
Well, in order for YouTube to send you a monthly check, you have to hit a minimum of 100.
Okay.
So you're not even getting a check every month at 1,600.
Yes, I am. What are you talking about? $1,200
Right.
is a month.
How do you? Is it mostly super chats, memberships? What's your highest money
I
maker?
mean, I don't really pay it that much mind, honestly. I can look right now. Let's see. Let's
Okay.
look. Let's go to YouTube Studio. Estimated revenue $57.36. I haven't been working a
where
lot.
it breaks it. Go do the annual view and look where it breaks it down by either memberships or super chats or like the type of income.
I don't even give a shit, right? The only thing that I don't know is my
I give a shit. I'm
is
asking
is my
because I'm curious.
my Cash Apps. is
Oh,
what is
you're
hard to
counting
count.
Cash App too.
Yeah, it's hard. Like the Cash Apps are harder to count.
Do Cash Apps make you more than the YouTube stuff?
Like I'm not really pocket watching that much. Whatever it is, it's not enough. And I
You're
haven't
trying to
been
give me
working that much.
advice on how to make money when you don't even pay attention to it yourself. Like, what do you have to offer if if you're not even aware on where the money's coming from or how you're generating it?
I know that when I work at my channel, I yield results. Of course, they are much less
And
than I
what
would hope
form do
for.
those results take? Super chats,
I told you,
memberships,
super chats.
Cash
No one
App.
really gives a shit about memberships. I get a few Cash Apps. It's mainly
So
super
not
chats.
memberships. We could scratch that off the list. So a few Cash Apps. So mostly super chats.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was trying to find out. Thank you.
Super chats are fun because when you give a super chat, you want to be recognized. Like that time when I gave a super chat to get back on the panel and you wouldn't let me up. You were
I
such
did
an
let
asshole.
you up. I did.
No, you didn't.
You hang it on. You need to go to therapy for that because
You banned
hang
me
it
from
onto
your
it.
show. You
bring
said
it
I have to
up
pay a
every
Cash
single
App.
time.
I paid $2, and you're like, "Oh, that's not enough." You know, it's
We
it's
need to find some way for you to move past that. I did let you up.
not the same day. I wanted to talk about whales and Faroe Islands, which is
We've
my pet
talked
peeve.
about that plenty. I even brought in Dolbez and 2 or 3 other people on it.
He's a dickhead. He talks too much.
Well, I happen to like the guy and respect him. But
Well,
you
good
can
for you.
think whatever you want on.
Good for you.
So the reason that I don't have this kind of relationship with most other people is they don't make it this difficult to have harmony. They
I'm
usually
just holding you accountable,
meet
right?
me
You act
halfway
like a
and they
girl.
don't try to hear everything I say in the worst possible light so they can create internet drama behind it.
Let me look at the comments.
So if I had some advice to give you,
Give me advice. Let's go.
it would be to be a little more generous and benign in your interpretation of things.
I don't even know what benign means.
Okay.
So let's define terms because I'm stupid. Remember?
Look, Plasma liked our show last week. Well,
It was
how
great.
were your numbers on that show?
I don't know. Because I wasn't vertical compared to vertical, they were shit.
Okay. Well, then there's no potential. That right there. There's no. It's not bringing the numbers. How much money did you make off of it?
I don't fucking know. I don't remember. It's not.
So it wasn't memorable. You would
I mean,
know
you
if
were
it
there.
brought in
Did I
like
get any super chat?
$2,000. You would remember.
Yeah, if I brought in $2,000, fuck yes, I'd
So
remember.
it brought in a few pennies, like all your other shows.
It might not have brought in nothing. So I don't remember.
It probably didn't.
Well, let's look. Okay, I mean, we're just pocket watching. I mean, this is lame. I want to. I'm in.
No,
the
I'm
building
like
phase.
I'm wanting to talk about concrete details, and you don't seem interested in that. You don't seem to care how much money you make or where it comes from, and that's the kind of stuff I'm trying to learn.
Listen, here's what I'm trying to do. I don't know how you look at this, but this is art to me, bro, and this is our medium, and I need to be in a good frame and state of mind to do a show. I have to be natural. I have to want it. I have to feel creative. I have to fly from the seat of my pants. I have to be on it, right? And if I'm sitting here pocket watching and acting like a dork, acting like a whatever, it's going to stifle. I'm in the building phase, bro. I want to build up my subs, build them up. And I want to hit that 10,000 mark. And then I want to look down and see what's going on. What can I do? Like I'm on the road to 10. Like that's my plan. Right. And then I can start to break it. Then hopefully I'll start getting a couple pennies here and there. Right. That's the plan. Build. I'm building. I know I'm not going to make money. This is an investment. I'm building and it's at my own personal expense.
So do you only stream when the mood hits you and then you just go live spontaneously?
I do. I was trying to do like something new every 9 o'clock, but I couldn't because it's just like it just was ruining my life. It made the shows are shit. And when I feel something, I feel good. I'll drink some Earl Grey tea and I'll go live. Oh, that's fucking great. Earl Grey.
Well, what
a little
happened? Did
ginger.
you feel good tonight, or do you only go to other people's shows when you're not feeling good?
No, if I felt good, I'd do my own fucking show. Otherwise, I just sit around.
So, because I'm doing something a little different. It doesn't depend on inspiration. I have to be reliable and consistent because I'm here for other people.
Okay,
And
well,
it can't just be at the whim of what I feel. So, but I'm not knocking what you're doing. I'm just saying we're doing very different things on here. And
That's
yours
fine.
works with just following your inspiration, but mine, I mean, I could just stream when I get inspired, but I benefit from the consistency because I have a larger mission than just making money or getting numbers up. I'm trying to deliver a very specific type of product. And so far I'm happy with what I'm doing, but I definitely need to keep that reliability and consistency going to continue to do it. Because I'm building too, and that's part of my building. That's part of me laying that foundation. So I have to be here every day at a certain time, no matter what, whether the inspiration is there or not.
That's fine. I'm not saying either way. I made $8.49 from the video we did.
49 cents. Oh, that's
$8.49.
That's the YouTube tax cut.
$8.49. Did you hear that? Do you want half of it now? Should I super chat you
No.
$4 and?
No, because I was streaming at the same time, so I might have gotten stuff on my end from it, or I had the opportunity to at least.
Okay.
You think so? I don't find him very dominant, actually. I find his attempts to bully and intimidate quite laughable, actually. I'm a lot better at it than he is. He even complains about it.
I mean, there you go again, putting me down again as usual.
Oh, I was addressing Shelby's comment. See, you stifle my speech. I have to tiptoe on eggshells around you. I don't like that. That's why I try to keep this. That's why I try to keep this channel open for speech and things like micromanaging how people give advice or what they can say and stuff is all against what I'm trying to do here. It all inhibits my mission to bring a space where people can come and have open conversations about the things they want to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of your guests are the same bullshit as you. And you don't hold them accountable. They'll come up and say some stupid shit, and it just drives me wild.
Right, they're allowed to. They're allowed to do
But
that.
that's a woman style. Just it
Well, then
encourage
this is a
bad
woman's
behavior.
panel, I
And be like,
guess.
go
Look at
ahead,
all, like,
girl. It's okay. It's not your fault. No, it is your fault.
y-
Be accountable because you're a
one to
man.
talk.
I'm
I'm
accountable.
sure you would know a woman's panel when you saw it.
Listen.
Well, you too, Apocalypse. And I don't think you're as low on that chart as you think you are.
What's going on here? It looks like the
So, and if this panel is not quite to your taste, that you're free to find. You're here voluntarily. You came on 3 times already, and just tonight.
that was twice. I don't know what you're saying here. I don't like. I just want you and me, right? I don't want your other guests. No offense.
You've had you and me for the last 30, 40 minutes. All you did was bitch and be negative.
Yeah, well, guess what? Your numbers are up, and 75% said yes. So what are you going to say about those numbers? Your viewing numbers are up, and
I'm trying to get healthy numbers. This is a mental health channel.
the numbers are bigger. That's
So I
all
wanna-
you're
I
a
wanna
clout
exhibit
chaser.
mental
You're a
health.
pocket watcher. Your numbers are better when I'm here. What do you got to say about that? And
They're not that
the
different
poll.
than they've been all night.
No, when I wasn't here, I looked on purpose. Look, they just gained another one. It was down to like 5, and I come back, boom, you double your numbers, triple almost, bro. If I
You're
cam
not
up,
tripling my numbers, bro.
dude, if I cam up, you get even more numbers, honestly. So, and what does the poll say? Where's the poll? Show the
Oh,
results.
right. Let me look
Jeff.
at it. Final
Show the
results 79-29. Let me end this thing.
Told you.
Ooh.
When are you gonna stop treating me like shit and admit that we're good together? You dumb.
Okay, let me address that. I'm not going to change anything I'm doing. So if this is you being treated like shit, then you're a masochist, and you are continuously putting yourself in an environment where you get treated like shit. Because I don't plan to change my approach with you or anybody else, or the way I treat you, or the way I talk to you. So the answer to that is never. I'm not.
Fine.
So
Listen,
now that you have that information, you
Okay.
can decide how much time you want to spend here and get treated like
You
shit.
and me are like bands that make the best music and hate each other, right? That's what it is. So we're like the Eagles or whatever you want to call it. We're like Journey or whatever one of those legacy bands are. That's us, bro.
Hey, there's a woman coming on.
who? Who
Hello.
is it?
Hey,
Who is
Hi.
this?
how are you?
I'm
Who's it?
good. How are you, Jeff?
Oh, I'm okay.
I don't know. I guess it's time for me to go. Probably. Is she even going to cam up or fake? I mean, what is this?
No, she doesn't have
Oh,
to.
knock it off, buddy. Knock it
fake
off,
cam?
buddy. I can do whatever I want.
This is like ceiling cam.
Was that more like shit that I treat you? I mean, was
Oh,
that
I don't
less
know.
like shit that I?
Well, I
treat
don't
you?
know. Somebody invoked the words woman talk, so I had to appear. Like a genie or like a
That
demon
was
or
him.
something.
He said that.
Yeah, I know it
didn't
was
rub
him.
the lamp. I didn't hit the golden slippers together 3 times. So you could just go back to where
Golden
you came
slippers.
from. Back to your feminist.
He said I
movement.
let people say whatever they want on this panel, and that's the way a woman would do it.
No, I said
first
they
off-
can say what they
first
want,
off,
but
in the
you don't
book-
hold them
in the- in
accountable.
the book-
That's woman style.
In the book Wizard of Oz, they're diamond slippers, but they
They're
changed them
actually,
to ruby
they're actually red
slippers in
ruby
the movie.
slippers. They're red ruby slippers.
Yeah, I know.
Let's get our facts
I just
straight.
said that.
Come on. No, you said
I
diamond,
said
so-
in the movie they were ruby slippers. In the book they were diamond slippers. I said
Did
that.
you read the book?
Yeah.
I don't know how to read.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I just want to say hi, Jeff.
Hey,
And,
Helena, how are you? I don't.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm
Good.
okay. I don't know what the hell you guys are doing. It's like some weird version of The Odd Couple. But yeah.
Well, the poll
Jeff.
said that it was 71% that it was good for me, and 21
Yeah, people
9%.
like fighting. They like divisiveness.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize that there's people viewing that are not necessarily chatting, because I tend to only pay attention to who's chatting. So there's I have a lot of hate watchers and troll viewers
Well,
too. So they
yeah,
were
I
probably the
mean-
ones driving the numbers up.
Yeah. But
But the
I don't
poll
know.
is what it is. There's no no denying that was the result, wherever it came from.
did you eat fries today, Jeff?
I didn't.
You didn't.
No. Maybe I'll get some. I don't know when here's the problem. I pass by McDonald's almost every day on my way home from work, but I never have my headset with me because I don't bring it to work. So
Oh,
it like I'd have to stream without the headset.
now vaguely, I don't want you to say too much, but what do you like? What is work like? What are you doing?
It's okay. It's retail, just generic
Oh, retail? Oh,
retail.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've done retail before.
you come in the store, you need help finding something, you
Yeah,
need your merchandise rang up, that kind of stuff.
yeah. I worked at a Macy's once. Yeah,
Oh, cool.
yeah. I didn't mind it at all. Anytime it was
What
really
department
bad.
were you in?
Well, they put me in junior miss.
Oh,
Yeah, and occasionally they would put me in jewelry. The only thing that was bad about that is I'd have to do adjustments to watches so they'd fit.
oh, like the
And
bands.
yeah, 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 that was a little hard. You took this gun and you would like take the needles out, but the needle in the gun was so delicate, you could break it so easily.
Ooh.
Yeah, this guy lost his shit all over me because it was 30 minutes before closing and I broke the needle. And we didn't have a replacement, and he just lost his shit on me. And it was like, wow. It's like, I don't know.
It
I
was a
did what I could.
customer or your manager?
Customer.
Oh my God.
Oh
How did you
yeah.
handle it?
Pretty well, I think. I kept asking him, I kept saying, could you come back tomorrow when we can replace this and blah blah blah. But oh, he wasn't having it. He wasn't having it.
He sounded very
And
entitled.
I don't know. It's like, look, the needle broke. I'm sorry. It just broke. Yeah, so yeah, he made a lot of trouble, and the only other time I didn't, I hated retail was like, during the holidays because before COVID they had, you know, Black Fridays and stuff like
Oh yeah,
that, and
in person.
yeah, those went all night, and then you'd work a shift that was so weird. It was like taking a plane to Australia and you don't even know what time zone you're in when the flight's over. That's how you felt after one of these shifts. Um, but, overall, not so bad. I was good at it. So,
Yeah, I like most of my retail jobs were Christmas, like seasonal Christmas jobs. I like the people. I'm a people person. I get
yeah,
stimulated from interacting with people all day. So my body is tired, but mentally I'm on a high by the end of the night.
yeah, yeah. And I don't know, I liked interacting with people too. Um, so it was all good, man. But yeah. So mostly I sold clothes though.
Ah,
Yeah. And then I became a teacher. Before that I was a reporter. So
so you went from reporter to Macy's
to
and then to
Macy's to
education.
teaching. Yeah. Yeah. Zig and zag.
Yep. Same here. it's I, that
Yes.
seems like maybe a very Gen X thing. It seems like our parents did less of that, and that maybe started
Oh
in our
yeah.
generation.
Yeah, because they were like, oh, I got this one, and they would tell me this too. Get the one good job, you'll have it your whole life, you'll get benefits, and you'll never have to leave it. But, things changed, and it's like, oh, what? You're laying me off? What? The school's closing down? Things like that. So, I don't know. So I vote no for Barney, or whatever the fuck
Oh,
his
you
name
vote
is.
no? And Shelby's in the comments saying similar, and she knows me in person, and we have a lot of
Oh,
trust built up between us. So I tend to trust her sense of
yeah.
things too. And plus my own, like, I, I think it's pretty dysfunctional myself.
Well, yeah, there's just a
Because I'll
lot of
tell you how
anger
I
there.
know. I know how healthy conversations go, and I know how unhealthy and dysfunctional conversations go. And so I can
Yeah,
pattern match pretty well.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think anger is his thing. And it's like, if I'm not angry, then that's not my brand. I'm pretty sure
I
that's
think
his
you
thing.
think brand. I think you hit on it. I think it's a bit. I
Yeah.
think it's internet content. I don't take much of
Yeah.
it seriously.
I mean, if you want to do YouTube Jerry Springer and bring out the chairs and, have fist fights, fine, fine. But I don't know if that's good for everybody.
And there's plenty of channels that already
That
provide
do
that.
that.
I'm trying to do something different. I'm really just trying to create a space where people can have the conversations that they don't get to have anywhere else, and also to create a community for support, like mental health support. And that's it.
Oh, yeah,
And if that makes me a bad person, then I guess I'll just
of course not.
I'll take the hit.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I think it's an act, but it's like, oh, there's a woman here. Oh no, I'm gonna have to go take a shower now. Oh, okay, okay, buddy. Ridiculous.
Well, it's competition.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Nice.
Yeah. Well,
And he unsubscribed. Then he wants to come emotional blackmail,
oh,
like
is that my
hold the
fault?
subscription over my head. I'll
Jeff, is
give you
that
your
my fault?
subscription back if you do all of these things I think you should do. Here's how
Is that
you
my?
win my loyalty and support that I keep taking away every other week.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Jeff. Um, I hope I didn't do that.
No, that was way before you came.
Okay. Well,
And then he stuck around an hour
I don't know. I
after
kind of
that.
felt like you were being held hostage or something. So it's like, okay, it's like, I'm just gonna go in there and create chaos, and and it's like, oh no, there's a woman here. Oh, I can't handle it.
Well,
And
if I
it's,
was being held hostage, you freed me. Yeah,
you're free.
I's free, Miss Scarlet. I's free.
You're free now, Jeff. You're free. Yeah. So I don't know. I just, yeah. I think I ran classrooms, for a long time. Yeah. Like if I saw that happening in a classroom, I'd be like, okay, break it up, you two, break it up. So I don't know. Yeah. So what are you going to do for the rest of the evening? Just like go to bed, sleep?
I'm gonna cook my pizza, and I'm gonna
Okay.
watch some TV, and
Uh-huh.
then I'll probably have to go to bed because I get up early now that I'm working. Actually, I've always gotten up early, but I really have to get up early on purpose now. So I have to make
Oh,
sure I'm not
right.
up too late.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you
Probably
mean.
my number of subs because they keep dropping. It was at 802 earlier. Let me see what it's at now. I keep hovering. Oh my God. Oh wait, that's not me. I keep hovering at 800. I
Mm-hmm.
can't seem to get. That is my peak.
Well, I think unfortunately a lot of people use your channel to boost their channel. Not everyone, but some people. To boost their channel. It's like, I'm going to go there and I'm going to get into a fight with Jeff, and that's unfortunate. But I don't know. So I wish there was something I could do about that, but I can't. I don't know what to think. I can't think of anything.
No, just
So
keep being yourself and showing up and participating. That's what it's here for. That's what keeps us going. Is
okay.
people using it to talk and have conversations. So as long as that's that's where my main focus is. As long as that's happening, all the other stuff is background
Mm-hmm.
noise, including the
Mm-hmm.
numbers. I'm trying to get to 1,000 because then you can be part of the ad program.
Mm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to do that for half a year now, so there's no rush. It'll
Oh,
happen
I
when it's
guess
happened. I
not.
want organic growth. I don't want like an influx of generic numbers.
Right. Hey, in chat, people were talking about Critical Drinker. What was that about?
Critical drinker? I don't know. Who
Oh,
was
maybe you
talking about
weren't.
it?
I don't know. Some
What
people
is
in chat
critical?
were.
There used to be a club, like a meetup called Critical Drinking. They had chapters
Well,
throughout
the only critical drinker I know is the guy who talks about pop culture. and he's from Scotland. I assumed they were talking about him. You want to talk about numbers? Oh, he's got
Does he
numbers
have
for
dark
you.
hair and shades?
Yep, that's him.
Okay, I found his channel.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, let's 2.23. He has more. He has twice as many as Todd Grande. Let's check
Yeah.
out his personality.
Oh, it's very, yeah. Well, he's a brand too, but yeah, go
Wait,
ahead.
does he
Yeah.
even cam up, or is it just him drinking? This
No, he
he
does
doesn't even cam, and he has these numbers.
he does cam. He does cam. I've
Oh.
seen him. Yeah.
Wait, because so far it's just this little avatar of him drinking.
He does
Here,
cam
let
up
me
though.
try to find a clip of him. We can check him
Sure.
out. All right, this is what I have so far. If there's a clip of him,
That would have been the last time that
see
Arnold
this.
Oh,
could have
yeah,
convincingly
okay.
played the Terminator before he, looked too old for it. I think, Linda Hamilton probably could have been convinced to come back if they had a good story. But
I
from what I
expected
understand,
more
I think Cameron was
personality,
in
especially from the
pre-production for
Scot.
Titanic, and he was just swamped with work on that. And now, they
Yeah, this is not something I would tune in regularly for. Like, there's
He-
not. I need that energy.
Yeah, he does cam up, and he often has guests, and sometimes he's on. I don't know. He's been on a few shows. Like he's affiliated with Friday Night Tights, and basically they talk about pop culture too and movies, and their panels are really large. Like they'll have like 8 people on one panel, which, But anyway, so he does cam up though. Yeah, I've seen him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he's on. I've seen him on Skynet Australia.
People like him and Todd Grundy, I don't understand the 2 million viewers.
Well, I don't know. He do you know what gets a lot of viewers if you say you don't like something, and he doesn't do that all the time, but he's been in this business for a long time, and I don't know. I think what made him is when Ms. Marvel came out, and a lot of people hated that movie.
You talking about the
And
Agatha Christie?
No, I'm talking about the Marvel movie, superhero.
Oh, Miss Marvel. Okay, I thought you said Miss
Yeah.
Marple.
Oh, I didn't say Marvel.
Who
No, I
could
didn't.
hate Miss
No,
Marple?
I don't know. That's impossible. Yeah, that's impossible. But yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. People right now at this point in time, people are really there's certain people who like to talk about how all the movies are ruined and they make stupid decisions, and they like that. People like to. It's cathartic to listen to other people talk about that sort of thing.
Yeah, you have to hit those primal emotions.
Yeah.
Fear, outrage,
Right.
drama, conflict. People want others to indulge their
Yeah.
base primal psyche, that limbic part of their brain.
I mean,
Same
it
with
does
like
work.
crowds and protests and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it does work. But so 9 times out of 10, he's reviewing something. He doesn't, and like it's like, oh, this is gonna, like he has a posse, and they like to talk about how bad the Star Wars remakes are, and that
Some of
gets a
them
lot
are.
of viewers. Well, they are. I mean,
But I
I'm
can
not gonna
only get so
lie.
much content out of that.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
doesn't take a whole channel to talk about how
Well,
bad they are. Maybe
yeah.
one stream, if that.
Yeah. But a lot of people, they dig that, and that's the numbers, I guess. But he doesn't always hate everything. He likes some things. Sometimes he goes nostalgic and he talks about John Carpenter movies and things, you know. So, it's not always negative or
Well, I could do like in 1984 and do like the 2 minutes of hate every day. Of course, mine would be more like 5 or 10 minutes. I could probably stretch it out to 15 and find something
Yeah,
to
I
just
know.
really hate and get worked up about and spurg out over every stream, and then that'll prime the limbic part of the brain and bring in those people, and then
Yeah,
maybe
you mean
some of them
the
will stick around and stay subscribed.
lizard brain? You mean the
Yeah, you
lizard
gotta
brain attack?
tease the lizard brain. You gotta keep feeding the lizard brain. And I don't think because
Yeah.
mine is more nerdy. It's more geared toward the intellect, the rational soul, and that's what I'm here to feed. I don't really care if people's lizard. There's so many places to get lizard food on YouTube that I don't go out of my way to provide that. And I think that could be cost to be numbers too.
Yeah, maybe. But
But then we know
yeah,
where the 799 nerds in the YouTube universe are.
I guess so. But I do listen to Drinker sometimes, only I like pop culture. But I listen to a lot of channels, so
What are some of your other highlights, like channels that you discovered?
oh, The Take,
The
and
Take.
let's see. Oh, Clownfish TV.
That sounds familiar. I might have
Do you game? No, you
heard of that
game.
one.
You game. You're a gamer.
No, I
It-
did that one game, and it won't, not anytime
Well,
soon.
Well, sometimes they talk about, games but they talk about, movies and how Walt Disney is doing, I mean Disneyland, sorry, and films and that kind of thing. So maybe you came across them.
That's Clownfish.
Clownfish TV.
Pop
And
culture news, views, reviews, and rants. Rants. That's rants. That's what people
rants.
tune in for. And then the take is thought provoking. See, I try to be thought provoking here. Analysis and explanations. This sounds more nerdy. Smart, fun,
Well,
original entertainment conversation.
yeah. And the first
Innovative
time,
expert
yeah.
analysis.
Yeah, it's weird. The guy, he had a career trajectory kind of like mine. Now they represent themselves as avatars. So he had kind of a career like mine, but his wife, they're married. She calls herself Gigi Sparkles, and I could swear, I know her. I knew her in real life, but maybe
You
it's a
think it's the
coincidence.
same lady?
It's the voice.
Oh.
So she sounds like somebody I used to work with at another media outlet, and so probably not, but boy, she sounds like her. So things like that.
Does she have her own
Nerdrotic. he's-
channel? Oh no, this is a black lady. Never mind.
Yeah,
This channel.
yeah. Clownfish TV. It's its own thing, and sometimes I like Nerdrotic. He can be dramatic, but he's interesting. Oh, I can't remember. Okay, and some I can't remember now. I'm sorry.
Nerdrotic Live. He
Yeah,
looks like a nerd.
yeah. His real name is Gary. He has glasses and a
Yeah.
beard. Yeah, they get hyped up. And another person would say, "Well, you guys, you got to stop watching those Star Wars revivals." But they need content, don't they? So,
He does have a sexy voice. And he has a Batman little neon thing behind him too. I don't have enough geek like stuff. That'll draw people.
yeah, Gary, all those things behind him, those are all his figurines. And he used to have a comic book store. And so he's really good at displaying. So I don't know. I'm fine with your background, but yeah, I don't know.
It needs
Sure,
dressing.
maybe you need some figurines, Jeff. I don't know.
Yeah. I live by the Funko factory. I can go get some Fun Pops. And do you know you can Fun Pop yourself? they have a little thing where you can pick out the traits you want, and then they can create a Funko thing of your own self. So I
I
could
never
go
heard
get
of
Fun
Funko.
Popped.
Fun Popped. I don't know what that is.
It's those little. I didn't know what they were either till I moved here, and it's those little toys. They're like little plastic action figures. Here, let me find some. And the factory is headquartered here. It's like 2 blocks from my
Oh,
house,
wow.
and you can go tour it, and you
Yeah.
can they make you some of your own self, and they have them for everything. Like every franchise has Funko Pops made of. They even have a Twin
So,
Peaks line of Funko.
nuh-uh. Get
Yeah,
out.
let's see. Show it.
They all have big heads.
Look, Agent Cooper,
Oh,
Audrey.
wow.
They have the log lady somewhere. Look, Laura Palmer wrapped in plastic.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, here's the log lady. So
Oh, my
yeah, those
God.
things. They're very popular, like one of the top selling toys. 10,000 Funko Pops. Oh my God. I applied for a couple of jobs there, but they didn't want me.
Yeah. I don't know. Somebody has to do something about all these and job ads, like online. There are too many ghost ads.
Oh
They're
yeah,
not really offering a
I
job.
hear about that. The fake. Some
It's
companies put them there to make them seem like they're
they're growing.
growing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really big problem. Yeah. Um, and I hate that.
That's why I
But
always apply through the company site.
yeah, good idea. hmm all the specialists, they all recommend that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hate ghost ads. It's like you're wasting my time.
Are you looking for work?
Yeah. Well, I have a gig, but I'd like another one. So maybe something in proofreading or something.
Oh. Do they have like freelance? Like what about things like Fiverr or Task? Was it
Fiverr?
those online freelance sites?
I'm not familiar with them.
Uh, I think
Fiverr?
they have so many different types. I think Fiverr's one of them. There's Upwork maybe. Um, and you people can hire you. You have like a profile and you put your what your skills are, and then random people from all over the world can hire you on an individual basis to do freelance
Mm-hmm.
work. And proofreading seems like it would be something easy to market that way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a thing where you have to like, I don't know. One time I was on a site and I don't know, I think it was for proofreading, but it's like I had to bid on the jobs. I had to bid on them. And
Oh,
everybody else did too. And it's like, yeah, I'm not doing this. This is no, no.
I think it's
But
just you put some of them let you even set your own price. You put your you have like a little menu of your services and how much you charge per hour, and then the site gets a cut, and then you get the rest.
oh, hmm. I'll
So
look
the
into
more
it.
money you make, the more money they make.
Hmm, I'll look into that. Whew. Wow, rough night. But okay. I'm gonna let you go. Hope you have a peaceful evening. I really do.
Yeah, you you're very grounding. I feel
Oh,
I'm I'm more I have my equilibrium back.
yeah, that was yeah, like I said before, it seemed like a hostage crisis.
I didn't expect this to be such a contentious topic. This was a rough night.
I'm not even, yeah, didn't the
People
title, wasn't it, it had something with the word happiness in it?
Oh yeah, I just picked some random generic title, but then it turned to advice giving and receiving, and so I decided to
Oh,
make that the topic. And boy, do people have opinions, very strong ones about that that
oh,
I did not realize.
well,
Numbers are down. Well,
Yeah, of
that's
course.
okay. I'm probably wrapping up anyway.
Yeah.
But, I appreciate y'all. Like these are my numbers. The numbers that count to me are What Say Lou, Jack's Law, Not Law, Shelby, you
Mhm.
guys. That's the numbers that I look at. And so as
Yeah.
long as that's happening, the rest of the numbers can do whatever they do.
Yeah. All right. Well, good night, Jeff, and good night, everybody in chat.
And good night to you too. I sure appreciate you.
Thank you. Bye.
And have a good tomorrow.
I hope so. Bye.
All right, we'll talk to you later. Take care. All right, I guess that's it for me. 4.5 hours. I wasn't expecting this when I sat down tonight, but that comes with the territory of streaming and doing this genre of content. You kind of don't know what to expect when you turn that camera on. So I just roll with it. I'll be back tomorrow, the same time, the same new time, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. And till then, have a good rest of your night, and all of you have good tomorrows as well. And I will see you again, hopefully. Take care, everybody. Keep keeping on, rocking on. Keep you know what? Keep giving advice, and take the advice you want, and let the rest of it go. It's really not that big of a deal. All right, that's my advice on advice. Take care.